Howdy folks, Novawing24 here, how you all doing? Just want to give you a bit of an update of where I'm at the moment. Just want to give you a heads up. I have crossed to the dark side, or the light side, depending on how you want to look at it. I bit the bullet, and I have decided to bid farewell to my box copy, my DVD copy of FSX, and I have moved 100% now full-time to FSX Steam Edition, as well as keeping my P3D 2.5. Want to just go through why I made this decision, why I made this choice, because there's a whole lot of discussion out there at the moment. It's sort of, uh, should people go to Steam Edition? Should they stick with box? What's the point? Blah, 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 blah. Um, okay, so pros and cons, pros and cons. Let's start with boxed. Okay, so pros for staying on boxed edition. So you've got that for a multiplayer community, you've got better controls over your multiplayer environment, thanks to the tools like FS Open, and some of the ones like that, like FS Open, and the tools that gives you as a hoster, and as a community organization. You can control people. If you've got bad eggs in the bunch, you can get rid of them and stuff like that. So that's very much positive. The add-ons that are out there are all designed to work with Box Edition. They're primarily although pretty much everything now works with Steam Edition. Everything out there is designed to work with Box Edition primarily. So, you've got that sort of compatibility thing going on there. There's a lot of articles that support, and a lot of people have been flying Box Edition for, let's face it, 10 years now? 10 years now? So, it's got a lot of support out there. So that's your pros for being on Box Edition. Your cons for being on Box Edition. The cons is it hasn't been supported in about 8 years. So there's been no updates to it other than community updates. Well, actually, let's be honest, there's been no updates, period. And people have just adapted to what's been out there, and what they've been forced to adapt to. So a lot of things were forgotten by the team, not their fault, but a lot of things were missed and stuff like that. So there's a lot of issues out there, and there's a lot of bugs in it, a lot of things that just never quite work the way they should do, and just you had to tweak your FSX to the nth degree to be able to get it run even remotely decently on modern day systems. So that's your biggest con. It really has always been your biggest con for it. So let's look at FSX Steam Edition now. So let's have a look. I'm going to start with the cons and I'm going to go to the pros. So the cons of FSX Steam Edition. Not everything is supported. Yep, you're right. It's not, because FSX Steam Edition is a reiteration of FSX. It's not just the same software that we've had since 2005, 2006, and it's just been changed. No, it actually has been changed. It's been recompiled. It's been rebuilt for modern systems to actually run under modern systems. So that's a brilliant thing anyway. But yeah, it means that a lot of the add-ons that we used to, and that we have used for quite some time, don't necessarily work. Now, for me, for example, the biggest thing that held me back from changing over to Steam Edition for quite some time was a little program called FS Recorder. It's used by those of us who make FSX videos quite a lot. It's a really brilliant tool. Unfortunately, it is not compatible with FSX Steam Edition. But I'll get a little bit more into that later. So yeah, some of the tools that we've been using for a while is just don't work, or they kind of work, kind of don't, and just blah. So yeah, for example, PMDG fans. PMDG fans, only limited part of the PMDG catalog is actually compatible with Steam Edition. So yeah, just FYI. So that's your biggest con. Of course, the other con is the fact that you can't, with your multiplayer environment, multiplayer has been put back in a huge way with FSX Steam Edition. But if you've got, if I've got FSX Steam Edition and Joe Bloggs has got FSX Boxed Edition, we can't actually play on the same server. We have to play, we can't play on the same server. We have to be FSX Steam versus FSX Boxed. Bit of a shame. But that's due again to the fact that it's been recompiled and updated for modern systems. So, you see, get an idea of where I'm going with this? You think you might figure out where I'm going with this? Anyway, so you cover your big cons for doing it. Now, pros for FSX Steam Edition. Pro is it's being actively worked on, as in actively supported now. which it hasn't been for 8 years. So when there are bugs out there, there is a team of developers at Dovetail who are going through and finding the bugs and listening to the community feedback about the bugs and actually going, okay, let's fix it. You know, like, oh my God, like we've got support again. What? WTF? WTF? Anyway, so that's just awesome. Like we've got an ongoing support base, and this is a really, really big site. This is a cool site. We've got an ongoing support team that actually want us, want our simulation experience to be enjoyed and to succeed. So awesome work for that. Secondly, your add-ons, as I said, some of them don't work. Okay, they don't, but the vast majority do now, and there are workarounds for the ones that don't. So yeah, as I said, like the FS recorder, the piece of software, absolutely love it. Been using it ever since I started doing videos and stuff like that. The finally the final edition of it doesn't work with FS16 edition. However, you can roll back to earlier editions of it, which haven't got as many features, but that does work. So that's cool. At least that's something. But there are ways around it. Like, the EasyDock software fully supports FS16 edition now, using the 1.18 update. So I can use EasyDock now, which does pretty much everything that FS Recorder would do for me, just without being able to do it as a replay. I actually have to do it live. But I can work around. I can live with that. I can work around that, and that's fine. The multiplayer thing, not being able to sort of control the security of airspace and stuff like that from painful cretins in multiplayer airspace. Yeah, okay, that is a problem, but there are ways around it. So if you know the person who's hosting the session, get them to control it, and they can still, and because it is now integrated with Steamworks, they can kick and ban just as like we've been used to doing in FS Open. It's just unfortunately takes a few extra steps, and you can't sort of offer remote control for that. So it's got workarounds. There are workarounds, and the other main positive thing is the fact that it runs so much smoother on modern systems. For guys, for those who don't know my system specs, please check out the about thing for me in my channel. There, you'll see all my specs and PC specs and stuff like that. It runs so much more smoothly with so much less tweaking. I didn't have to spend like a month tweaking the crap out of my FSX to be able to get it run decently with F16 edition. I just pretty much went and go. I just bang, gone, done, win. Couple of minor tweaks that I did do afterwards, just for aesthetics things personally. By the way, I recommend a really cool tool called FS Tweaker, FS Super Tweaker by Whole Dog for Life. That's a really cool little freeware tool that you can use as well. But yeah, so look, overall, it's got a better experience, and you know what? That makes my life easier, and I'm happy with that. And let's face it, online gaming, an online distribution of software, and the fact that we've got a support team now in the form of Dovetail Games is a huge, huge advantage, and that is the main reason why I've switched. I have now been switched now for just over 2 weeks, just on 2 weeks now, and I do not regret it in any way, shape, or form. I really do not, and I am very happy to have made the move. It was painful reinstalling all my stuff. Believe me, you don't realize how many add-ons, like Scenery, Orbix, and all that kind of stuff you've got, and how big it is, and how much of a pain it is to install, until you have to reinstall from the ground up. Anyway, so yeah, did that. Fun, but it's done now, and my sim looks absolutely amazing. It looks gorgeous. So yeah. So just want to give you a heads up. That's what it is. You can see some video of me fucking around in a sim edition in the background while I'm talking. So yeah, just want to give you this heads up. That's where I'm at. I'm very, very happy. Glad that I've made the move. Very happy I've made the decision to move, and I think it's been a good one. So yeah, if you guys are thinking about it, doing the move yourself, or if you're not sure, sitting on the fence, look, I hope that this little video can give you some insight into the reasons why I made the choice. And please feel free to ask me in the comments field down below. Please feel free to ask me about your, what any specific parts of my experience, or anything specific you'd like to know about why I changed and stuff like that, because more than happy to help. As I said, part of the whole big reason I do this channel is for you guys, and I want to give back to the community and to give back to you guys for all the support you show me. So yeah, Cool. Win. Anyway, guys, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and you can always catch up with me and all the things I'm up to between videos just by looking on Novawing24. Just search on Facebook and on Twitter. All right, folks, thanks very much for watching. Take care, safe skies all, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.